Well, in the immortal words of Jimmie's spotter, Earl Barban, new leader, 48, and that is Cliff Daniels. Jimmie, the change happened rather suddenly for us. Were you guys expecting to do this, or why the change now?
No, this has really heated up in the last couple of weeks, honestly. We made an engineer change leading into the Sonoma race. Cliff came back on the road with us, and just right away there was a spark there that I'm not sure we were aware we were kind of missing. But as the weeks went on, it's just something that was so strong that not only myself but Hendrick Motorsports felt like we needed to pursue. Kevin is a wonderful guy. He didn't do anything wrong, but there's just something here, and there's always that fit factor in relationships and people. And I would assume the history that Cliff and I have together, all the years together, we're just hitting on a little different level, and that's something that we need to pursue and to do everything that we can to get this 48 back to victory lane.
That's right, 4 previous years and 1 championship ring to his credit. And as luck would have it, I had the longest conversation I've ever had with Cliff 3 weeks ago. We found out a lot of things. Are you ready for this, my friend?
Yeah, absolutely. It's really cool. It's a great honor. It's a great opportunity. I'm very grateful to Jimmie, to everyone here on the Hendrick Motorsports complex, to Mr. H. And we have a great history of how we communicate, the things that we've been through the highs and the lows. So we're ready to hit the ground running.
Now, he and his wife are expecting, right? And he'll have to be excused for that?
Yeah, we'll have some options laid out there. He's about to become a father for the first time, and of course, you can just see how this there wasn't a master plan for this all to happen. It's just a situation that's developed that we need to pursue, and we know is right.
Cliff, how was the conversation at home, and how are you planning to make this escape from the track?
Conversation at home, I'm very grateful, went very smooth. My wife has had an amazing attitude this whole pregnancy, especially coming back on the road, and now with this opportunity. She's like, hey, we're going to get through it, proud of you, let's go do it, whatever it takes. And then, getting into the swing of this, a lot of excitement, there's a lot of pressure, no doubt. We have a tall order. But beyond the tall order of what's ahead of us for the next 5 weeks, we have the highest expectations that the 48 knows we should be meeting, and that's the history of the 48, and that's what we're here to do.
Jimmie, I want to talk just a minute about the personality fit here. We had talked about the fact that Chad and Cliff in a room, that was a lot, but Cliff in a room really helped bring out some personality and some spark for people. What's that like?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like Chad and Cliff have some very similar traits. Some not so similar, but definitely some similar traits. Mm-hmm. His leadership prowess and just natural ability to lead and motivate people is something that's very strong. Chad clearly has that. We both learned so much from Chad and have been able to apply that to our lives. That as Cliff moves into this role, and honestly, it's what helped him shine over the last 4 or 5 weeks. That leadership quality. We need that in the group, and he's going to do a phenomenal job.
This year's been a little bit different for us, Cliff, because the strategies are so all over the board. You're going to a road course. That used to be fairly straightforward. Now there's the stages. How are you looking forward to that?
Looking forward to it a lot. With the package brings new challenges, and I was mentioning earlier what's so fun about Watkins Glen and even the road courses with Jimmie, his background. He's driven so many different types of cars and trucks that he's so good at adapting to the different elements, all the different turns. Strategically, we're going to have a plan going into the race, try to execute that. But of course, with stage racing and the way it can play out, you have to be willing to change and adapt your plan. So I know we'll have some contingencies there as well, but it's going to be a lot of fun.
Well, this has been interesting to watch. When I talked to Cliff at Kentucky, there was some sense that there had already been a pickup in the team, but Cliff wouldn't take any credit for it. Now, all the responsibility is on him, and Jimmie expects good things to happen going forward.
Hey, motorsports fans, thanks for watching. Make sure you hit subscribe before you go for all the latest news and highlights across motorsports.